If there is one road in golf you want to travel, it's this one. It's the trip down Magnolia Lane at Augusta National in April. And it's a trip made this morning by some folks living the dream. The participants in the Drive, Chip and Putt National Finals on the vans, making the trip over from downtown Augusta here to Augusta National. The opportunity to get out and get going on one of the days they've been looking forward to for so long. It's their opportunity to compete and to win a title at Augusta National, representing their families, their regions, different age divisions, different sizes, but so much fun. The Drive, Chip and Putt National Finals. NBC Sports, the United States Golf Association, the Masters Tournament Foundation, and PGA of America proudly present the Drive, Chip and Putt National Finals, live from Augusta National Golf Club. Well, good morning. It's so good to have you with us one more time. This is one of the most enjoyable days in golf as boys and girls from around the country get to compete at Augusta National and live out a dream. Mike Tirico, thrilled to be with Peter Jacobson and Paige McKenzie once again. Aaron Oberholzer and Amelia Duran are going to join us on the golf course. Cara Banks and Kira K. Dixon will speak to the competitors and the VIPs who are here with us today. Really, the most important folks are the participants, 80 of them in 4 age divisions, boys and girls, split them up in those 4 age groups, 7 to 9, 10 to 11, 12 to 13, and 14 to 15. And they're winners already. They won their local, their sub-regional, and their regional competitions to be here for the national finals. It starts with the drive, then goes to the chip and the putt. And here's the driving grid on the tournament practice area at Augusta National. Each participant gets 2 drives. You have to keep it inbounds. The longest one inbounds counts, and you'll be watching them as they take this opportunity to hit these drives and somehow find a way. And fortunately, the terrain down there helps keep it inbounds if you hear it far enough. So we'll watch these competitors try to keep it inbounds with the nerves shaken and the excitement of competing at Augusta National. The girls 14 through 15 already underway, and Kaylee Bell from Virginia Beach, Virginia, has the lead, has the longest drive, just under 250 yards. Have a few more competitors to go as the oldest of the girls groups gets us started, and Abigail Henriksen is going next from DeForest, Wisconsin.
Last year, she was the youngest winner of the Wisconsin State Women's Amateur at the age of 15, so this is quite an impressive young player.
Certainly having tournament experience does help try to calm the nerves in this situation. Take a few deep breaths, walk nice and slow into it.
And that one just coming back there on the right, so that is in the grid. Aaron Oberholzer is watching the girls 14 to 15 in the driving discipline as they get going early this morning here, Aaron.
Good morning, Mike. Yes, it's a little, actually starting to get a little breezy. It was perfect when these young ladies stepped to the tee, but the wind has picked up mainly left to right on the grid, and I've seen a lot of misses out to the right, I think due to that wind that has just picked up from that left to right. So they have to take that into account. But very warm out here. Ball should be going quite a decent ways today for these competitors.
And we've seen that already, just under 250 yards. The leader for this division so far, 10 competitors. Abigail is the 8th of the 10. There's the distance on her first drive.
There's that wind again, catching that ball.
And that one will be out of the grid, but she has won. So remember, you score points 10 through 1 as you rank in this discipline, and it's all cumulative, culminating over on the green at Augusta National at the end. 215.6, Abigail's final total.
I think it's tough to be the first group out, Paige. It's you kind of want to watch your fellow competitors play and maybe get into the flow, but this first group is they're going to be the pace setters.
Without question. I think maybe to some extent an advantage being the last hit within that group as well.
This is 14-year-old Maya Brown, Aaron, from Thousand Oaks, California.
Well, to Paige's point and Peter's point, you definitely get to see what your competitors are doing before you. You see how the grid's reacting, how the ball's reacting coming down, and kind of you can, when you're one of the last competitors to go in your group, you can kind of formulate a plan maybe and how you're going to attack this. And plus, you get to see what the lead is on the board, so you changes your how you want to go about it maybe.
That will stay in the grid. Shot moving left to right again.
As we take a look at Maya's swing, beautiful turn right there, huge turn. Look at it. She doesn't get it all the way to parallel, but Paige, you can see that her shoulder turn is just massive, and that's where she creates her power.
That's a good point. It's less of a handset, which is the only reason that the club shaft doesn't make it to parallel. If you do watch her back, it is a 100% to the target. We'll get another good look at that.
Very good setup.
That one's in the grid. And a nice run out as well. Of these 10 competitors in this group, 4 or 5 of them are 14 years old, 5 are 15 years old. And 8 of the 10 are experiencing this for the first time at Augusta National. A couple of returners. And as you watch during the day, you'll see different color shirts worn by all the competitors. It represents the regions that they are representing. And the lighter green, the competitors from the Northeast. And from Bridgewater, New Jersey, it's 15-year-old Yashvi Shah, who is the last competitor in the girls 14 to 15.
Aaron, so many of these golf swings look fundamentally very sound.
Every year, Paige, they seem to get better and better. The setups are beautiful. The grips are good. Everything starts with, I've always been a big preacher of grip, posture, alignment, ball position. Just get your basic fundamentals down, and then you can do a lot of good things from good fundamentals. And a lot of these young players are getting good fundamentals right off the bat, which is great to see.
One won't come back. We'll miss the grid to the right. We talked about the colors that each competitor is wearing, significant of the region they qualified from, and not only those regions. So if you pick your part of the country, the competitors you want to root for, although we're all rooting for everyone. Drive, chip, and putt, come on. But you also notice the wonderful golf courses and clubs that hosted the regionals. So there was excitement and nerves for many of the young athletes competing at some of the best courses that have hosted major championships to get here. But those nerves even heightened a little bit more as they competed at Augusta National. Most of them that you'll see today doing this in the national finals for the first time.
Yeah, great correction there, Mike. She did a great job correcting that first one.
That is the tough part of going last. It's a long wait.
Yeah, that's right.
To not have loosened up. But she's happy about that one, as she should be.
Yeah, you got to see all the players go through their pre-shot routines. You'll notice that through the day as well. Getting this far in this competition, it's a little bit different than regular golf as you're keeping score, but certainly that pre-shot routine is still a part of what they all do. All right, so all 10 competitors have gone, and we go back through the top 3. We saw Maya Brown from Thousand Oaks, California. Went right for that tee. as she carried it 178, rolled past the 200 mark. Ava Frazier from Austin, Texas. Nice little right to left turn on that move.
Yeah, that's the way to get a little extra distance, extra run out, hit a sweeping draw out in that grid.
And before Ava, Kaylee Bell from Virginia Beach, Virginia. How about that swing page, right?
Nice high hands. And look at that trajectory as well.
She carried it 230.
That works.
That'll play.
And it works for 10 points. So 10 points through one on the way down for first through 10th, and tie for 9th as two players didn't find the grid, but they'll carry those points over to the next two disciplines, and after the three disciplines, we'll have a champion in each division. They go to the chipping, and to give you an idea of as the players will progress during this competition, we'll check in with our announcers who are on site, beginning with Amelia Duran over at the chipping. Good morning, Amelia.
Good morning, Mike. I am here at the chipping discipline where players will hit 2 chips from approximately 15 yards, with points being awarded based on their cumulative distance from the hole. There are multiple ways to play this chip shot, so I spoke with dry chip and putt national finalist 4 times who's competing in the girls 12 to 13 division, Alexa Fung. She told me she's going to hit a lower trajectory chip shot into the upslope and let that ball trickle towards the hole. Once the players finish the chipping discipline, they will be reordered based on points, with the leaders going last as they move on to putting. Now let's check in with Kira K. Dixon, who is at that putting discipline.
Well, Amelia, the putting discipline takes place right here on the iconic 18th green where countless Masters dreams have come true. And here's how it works. Each player will take 2 putts, 1 long, 30 feet, 1 short, 15 feet. Points here are also awarded based on the cumulative distance from the hole. The player with the most combined points from all 3 disciplines in each age group will be named the national champion. So what's the best way to approach this screen? Well, who better than Scotty Scheffler, a 2-time Masters champion, to offer some advice. He said, first of all, you got to stay loose and have fun. You've made it to Augusta National. And he also said, if it was me, I'd be spending some time on YouTube looking up old drive, chip, and putt competitions, and he'd pay special attention to Mark O'Meara's putt for the walk-off win in 1998. The short putt here reminds him of the putt that Mark had, Mike.
Well, Kira, I can tell you that we will see Mark O'Meara, Scotty Scheffler, and those other VIPs, legends of the games, and newly crowned champion at Augusta National, Carla Bernat Escuder, senior at Kansas State from Spain, won the Augusta National Women's Amateur yesterday. All part of the drive, chip, and putt history here in these national finals. This is year 11 already. It's been so much fun with the generations we've seen come through. 795 different boys and girls, including the competitors here this year. And we've seen 3 multiple-time winners. Alexa Pano is one of them, who's gone on not only to win here, but win in the LPGA as well. And Akshay Bhatia, who last year became the first person to be a drive, chip, and putt alum, and then compete in the Masters tournament. That is what it's all about. We love this day. Mike Tirico, Peter Jacobson, Paige McKenzie, so glad that you are with us. And Peter, you've been here for every one of these. For our group, you're the godfather of the drive, chip, and putt. So no one better to start with on a Sunday morning than you to talk about what this event means for so many.
Well, it's been my honor to be here for every national finals, but I like to consider this the first major before the first major. But easily, this is the happiest day in golf. We're going to see a lot of tears. We're going to see tears of joy and tears of sadness. We're going to see smiles from moms and dads. But this takes me back to my junior days. I started as a caddy. Then I started playing junior golf and got all the way to the PGA Tour. And this just makes me so happy to see these boys and girls. We're really celebrating the future of the game of golf.
It was an idea that brought the Masters tournament, the USGA, the PGA of America together. And together this event has grown. And Paige, we see it with the Augusta National Women's Amateur. It's become a destination for the young players who are women as their amateurs. This has become a destination for junior golfers across the country and beyond.
It's on the dream boards, the pin boards in some of these kids' bedrooms. This is, they may be small competitors, but their dreams are big, and this is part of it. So it's great to see how we've seen the growth and development in the game with these very professional-like children. They've played this game, and they want to continue to pursue this with the passion that we all remember when we were this age too.
So will be some folks see them living their dreams, and maybe for some at home, they'll be starting dreams by watching, say, maybe one day I can be at Augusta National. We're so glad you're with us. Peter used the line, I have to borrow it. We're so glad to have you with us on the happiest day in golf.
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way.
I'm going to Augusta National.
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 We'll continue to find our way through anything we face.
It's awesome to go to Augusta because it's one of the most prestigious courses in the world.
It's my first time going. I'm super excited.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see that's beautiful. Yes, sir. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin.
You have to make every shot count.
It's ours to take.
I got to go to a huge golf tournament at Augusta National,
This is where the adventure begins.
maybe even win.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
So we start with the oldest, go to the youngest girls, and for the boys, we start with the youngest and go to the oldest. So the boys 7 to 9 ready to get going with their competition, and to meet them, pretty special face, Rory McIlroy.
I'm Rory McIlroy. Let's meet the boys ages 7 to 9. Alan Kong, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Porter Dover, Miami Beach, Florida. Joshua Hooper, Wildwood, Missouri. Ko Imai, Powell, Ohio. Shane Strickland, Aiken, South Carolina. Blake Ayuso, Cypress, Texas. Luke Ainsworth, White Rock, New Mexico. Christian Roberts, South Hamilton, Massachusetts. Nikhil Rao, Lawrence, Kansas. Lucas Dunaway, Troy, Virginia. Good luck and have fun.